this guy.
Tell me, so who wrote the Quran?
The Quran has been written by the Sahaba
Okay.
at the time of
Which
Prophet
Sahaba?
Muhammad.
Which Sahaba?
I got you. Which Sahaba?
That's okay.
I got you. No problem. Move a little bit. Yeah. Tayyib. Which Sahaba?
Yeah.
This is a
So
Suyuti.
hold on,
I
are
got
you talking to him or you talking to him?
I'm talking to him.
Yeah, but he was talking to him, so how'd you come in and interrupt?
Because he...
That's rather ironic, right?
Why you afraid
He
of
just
the
walks up and
I
he
got
interrupts
you.
him as he's talking to him.
All right, so let me...
to get this big guy.
I got you.
That's fine.
Calm
That's
down.
fine.
So you bow out.
I got
like
you.
a tag team?
Hold on.
Like a tag
Calm
team?
down, bro.
Let
Calm
him
down.
talk.
Oh,
I
no,
got
no,
you.
calm down. Calm down what? You're a student?
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
I knew that when you said
That's
that.
a student.
I
Right.
understand that.
Do you mind
That's
if
a
I
setup.
No,
interrupt?
brother. You're absolutely
Jazakallah
allowed to go.
khair. Thank you very much. Asking permission. Do you mind?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you. She asked which Sahaba, right? First and foremost, who were the Sahaba that wrote down the Quran, right? You're asking, right?
Can you?
I
Without
got
telling the, we don't have any material, so you can talk.
You have
about it.
material, all this
We do not.
material.
We do
Look,
not. Reading
what
is
is
not-
all this you brought?
Reading is not going to make a
Instead of
difference.
asking questions,
yeah,
why don't
question
you
is
just
that,
go on
yeah,
and say
just
what you
answer
have to
that. If
say?
you're gonna,
Look, listen. The way the conversation is going to work. When you speak, I listen. When I speak, you listen.
Yeah,
How's
but
that?
whenever you ask questions that are unfair because you're asking him to give you material, why don't you just go on and say what you want to say?
Yeah.
And so instead of trying to set up a question
We're not-
for the camera.
Did I ask you for material?
We're not scholars.
No, you did ask
What
him.
did I ask him?
You asked him to go on and give you an answer for what you were
what
saying.
material did I
And
ask
so,
him for?
And what did he tell you?
What
he said, just
material
go
did I
on-
ask him for?
Go on and just give me what it is you want to say.
You said-
instead of asking
you
me.
said
just
I
say.
asked him for
So just
material.
Go on
What
and say what you
material
want to say,
did I
so
ask
that
him
you
for?
can go on
Okay.
and say what you want
This
to
is
say.
not going to work like this.
No,
This is not going
This is the only way it's going to work.
This is not because you can't answer a question. That's why.
No, I'm not.
Hold on.
No,
Hold
you
on.
don't- you don't-
Who
you're
am
trying to
I
set up a
speaking to?
question.
Who am I speaking to?
That's okay.
Both of us.
We're both
No,
of
no,
us
no.
here.
One person at a time.
Okay.
Who do
all
I
right.
speak
Let
to?
me ask you first question.
No, hold on. Who am I speaking to first?
I'm talking to you right now.
You
I'm
or you?
He can answer.
You're talking to me too?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
One person I want to speak to first because then you guys
You
interrupt
came
each
here.
other.
You came here.
I came here,
Yes, you
yeah.
came
you
here.
came here.
So
I'd
you're
like
gonna
to
talk
speak
to
to
both of
one
us.
We did not
person.
call you.
It-
We did not
it-
call
one
you.
of you
if that's
can't
not
speak to me?
acceptable for you, you
I
know
asked you the
where you can
question.
go.
They're
You know
afraid.
where you can go.
How cute.
Look,
Okay, all right,
we're not
I got
asking that
you.
when you say that.
When I'm speaking to both of you, when I speak, can you guys be quiet?
Sure. My question is, okay,
listening.
don't open the book. I didn't open the book.
Why not open the book? You're afraid of the book?
No, it's not.
What's your
Because,
question?
see, my question is that because you always say that Muhammad time the Quran
Sallallahu
came.
alaihi wasallam.
Okay, you say that. Okay. So tell me which Khalifa wrote the Quran?
That's your question.
Yeah.
Excellent. Can I answer now
Sure,
without
no.
being interrupted?
Sure.
Excellent.
See, again, okay.
Can I answer?
You answer without reading
Thank
it.
you.
So
I
that
will
would be
answer
because
however
I don't have any material.
See, now again, you see when I asked
No,
that when
said
I speak, you will let me
answer
speak.
without reading it.
I will
so,
answer
yeah.
it and I will show you evidences because I'm prepared. If
Okay.
you're not prepared,
Yeah,
you
that's
shouldn't put a
exactly-
tent out here.
No,
you shouldn't
okay.
come bring this camera. Let's show them this. Look at this, right? You printed this.
Yes.
You got this ready.
Yes.
But you don't have evidences.
No, I have a
Look at this. Look at
here.
this.
Look at
I
here.
got you.
Look at
Okay.
the Bible.
Okay.
Look at the Bible.
So now,
yeah, we're gonna, if
you
you're gonna
did
answer,
all this.
I'm gonna give you the answer.
You
for
did
that.
all of this?
Let me give you the
So now,
answer.
hold on. You asked a question, let me answer.
Let me answer.
Let me answer your question. You see this now?
No, I'm gonna
No,
answer.
no. You asked me a question. I'm going to answer it
you
now.
also
No,
raised
I'm
the
going
charge.
to answer. My charge is that you did all this. You were not prepared.
Right.
Now I'm going to give you a prepared
Okay,
answer.
I'll give you.
See, now he's afraid of my answer.
No.
You see this?
I'm gonna give
You're
you
afraid
answer.
of my
I'm
answer.
gonna give answer for that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna give
Okay.
answer. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Exactly
Bring
why
the camera
Muhammad
here. Bring
cannot
the
be
camera
a
here.
prophet.
Brother.
Muhammad is not a prophet.
Go ahead.
The last prophet.
Are you talking to the camera or are you talking to me?
The last prophet was
Are you talking
John
to me?
Start preaching.
Where's the book?
The last prophet
I'm
was
up.
John the
Come over
Baptist,
here.
and that is according to Sayyidina Isa. Sayyidina Isa said.
Sayyidina
that
Isa said that?
John the Baptist was the very last
Okay.
prophet.
Who wrote that from Sayyidina Isa?
And so whenever you go
Okay,
look at the
okay,
Bible,
okay,
you
no,
look
no,
at
look,
Luke
he can't answer.
16:16.
Who wrote
Or
Luke?
you look at Matthew 24:16. It will tell you exactly that Sayyidina Isa said that the last prophet was his cousin John the Baptist. So that disqualifies Muhammad as ever being a prophet.
Are you done speaking to the camera?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna.
Now
show
I'm
you-
going to speak.
No, if I'm gonna.
No. Now it's my turn.
I'm
This
gonna
is
show
why.
you.
This
No,
is
no,
why.
We're not done
No,
with that.
I'm not. I'm going to
We're
speak.
not done. We're not
John
done.
the Baptist being the last prophet, Luke that they mentioned. Who wrote Luke?
Luke.
Luke wrote
yes,
Luke?
Yes. Of course, who look at that?
What language did he write it in?
Okay, it doesn't matter what.
What
see the
language did he
question.
Luke
Again,
write in?
Okay.
Hold on.
What's
The point is
Yeah,
coming.
Yeah.
Who wrote Luke?
Okay, the Luke.
What language did he write it in?
Yeah. What?
What language did he write it in?
It doesn't matter what language.
Which language did he write it in?
It was Koine Greek.
Koine Greek. So Luke wrote in Greek even though he was an Aramaic speaker.
Yes.
When is your earliest manuscript?
That's not the point. But
How do you know Luke wrote it?
Why don't you?
It's the gospel according to Luke.
Yes, the gospel
Yeah,
according
we'll
to
get
Luke.
to this. We'll get to this.
No.
No. You're jumping. You're jumping. Now, I'm going to show you. Look at this. I'm answering your verse that you have on your screen.
You said
now,
show me. Look at that.
McCarthy's Study Bible. Okay, look. You're not letting me speak now. You see, they're not letting me speak. I will answer what? Okay, you want me to answer this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let me finish speaking. I will answer this.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Let me finish speaking.
No, because you
He's not
pointed
going to let me
around.
speak.
No, because
He's not letting me speak. You see that?
Okay, no, because
You be honest. Just be honest. Is he letting me speak?
No, because you're not.
He's letting me speak?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to
Because
speak
would
now.
you-
Let's
would
see
you-
if they
would
let
you
me
continue-
speak.
would you continue
Now,
with
what
the
you
charge?
mentioned from Luke
Yeah, we're gonna keep
is something that is not the words of Sayyidina Isa, alayhi salatu salam. Why? Because the earliest manuscript that you have is the Koine Sinaiticus, which is from 350 AD, 4th century. You have nothing earlier than that. Go study your study Bible. Go study your Greek Bibles. I brought the books with me.
Yeah, that's what
that
we're gonna
means.
bring the
That
books
means
too.
bring the books.
Yeah, we will.
When you
That's
brought
what
the
I'm
tent,
saying.
you should have brought the books.
No, we have that.
Now, you do not have any writing from the time of Sayyidina Isa ibn Maryam. You have no original scriptures of Luke, Matthew. In fact, most of these that were written, even if you go to the study Bible, they will tell you that many of these authors are unknown. This is a MacArthur Christian Study Bible. Go home, buy it.
Very, very
all
good
right?
Bible, by the way.
Good Bible.
John
Did
MacArthur.
you hear
Very
that?
good Bible.
Good Bible, right?
Yes.
Buy it.
Very, very
all
good
right?
Bible, by the way.
Good Bible.
John
Did
MacArthur.
you hear
Very
that?
good Bible.
Good Bible, right?
Yes.
It says Hebrews. The author of Hebrews unknown. Nobody even knows who wrote this book. It's definitely not the words of Isa ibn Maryam because the author is unknown. Now, for example, Mark, he says,
it just hasn't been authenticated.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Being able
Yeah.
he said, no, let me finish. I'm not done speaking. I'm not done speaking. I'm not done
That doesn't
speaking.
mean that.
I
Okay.
am not done speaking. Now, Mark, for example, the gospel, in the Bible that he said is a very good Bible, that's what you said, right? He says, for he neither heard the Lord nor accompanied him. Mark here neither heard the Lord nor accompanied him in your book. In your that is see, now you're not letting me speak. You're speaking over. You're speaking over me.
And it's not the scripture.
You're speaking over me, right? You see that? You see him speak over me? You watch him speak over me.
He's reading footnotes.
You spoke over me. You interrupted.
No, I didn't speak
You
over
did.
you. I was
You
just
spoke.
talking to
No.
them. No,
Don't
I'm
talk
letting
to
you
them.
speak.
Talk to me.
No, I'm letting
And
you
when I'm
speak.
speaking, don't talk to them.
No, you don't tell me what to do.
No.
I'll
This
do
is
me.
how a
You do
polite
you, boo.
conversation works.
I'll do me.
This is how
You do-
conversation works. Unless you're afraid.
Whether you want it that way, whether you want it
You're
that way or
afraid?
not.
Afraid.
It's
Okay.
easy to
So
go
now,
and point out whenever people are lying. All you have to do.
Can you let
all
me
you-
speak?
All you have to do is look at
I'm
the
gonna let him speak.
commentary that people are saying compared to whenever Scripture is actually saying what it's saying. Look at it for yourself. Don't listen to lies. Go ahead.
Naked? What
Are you done?
Go ahead.
Is this from God?
He said this is a very good Bible. He praised it. And now when that same MacArthur shows his point to be wrong, that Luke wasn't written by Luke, that these scriptures were not written by the disciple. Now again you're speaking.
He didn't even go to Luke.
This is not going to work. He's not even letting me speak. No. When I listen to you guys, I listen to you guys. I listen to you guys. I listen to you guys. When I speak, you listen. The earliest manuscript that you have. You are a liar. I caught your lie. Now we're going to
You just don't like the
last time you
contradiction.
said-
You just don't like the lies being pointed out.
Okay.
We want
Let-
to
let's-
you
let's-
never
went to Luke.
I will get to Luke. I will get to Luke. I will.
Whoever wrote Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John did not claim to be Matthew, Mark, and Luke, and John. Those are titles given to the books later by editors. The books themselves don't make any claim, so they're actually anonymous. And so in this case, these would be called false ascriptions rather than forgeries. But scholars for a long time have argued that they weren't really written by Matthew and John, two of Jesus' disciples, and Mark and Luke, companions of the apostles, that in fact the disciples of Jesus were probably Aramaic-speaking, illiterate peasants who couldn't write. These books are written in a very high-level Greek by people living 30 or 40 years later.
Do we know who actually wrote them?
We don't know. All we know is that they certainly were not the followers of Jesus, who spoke Aramaic and were lower-class peasants without an education. These books are written by highly educated Greeks, probably living outside of Palestine, 40 or 50 years later. But since they're anonymous, we really don't know who the authors were.
What's the evidence that these were not by Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John? Is it just the fact that they were illiterate Aramaic speakers, or is there any other evidence?
That's a large part of the evidence. The other thing is that they aren't actually called Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John for over 100 years after they were written. And so church fathers at the end of the 2nd century, 100 years later, start calling them Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But they were originally circulated anonymously, and they originally did not have titles in them, the Gospel according to Matthew. Whoever called it the Gospel according to Matthew was somebody telling you who, in his opinion, wrote the book. But his opinion was formed decades later, and so there's very little evidence to suggest that they were really written by the people that they're ascribed to.
Is there any evidence that each one was written by one person only? Because I have heard that the Gospels can be seen as collections of the memories of the early Christian communities about Jesus.
Yes, that's a really good point. Since these weren't written by eyewitnesses, and they don't claim to be written by eyewitnesses, so there's nothing spectacular about this kind of scholarship, but they're written by people 40 or 50 years later, and so you wonder, well, where did they get their information from? And the general thought among scholars is that Christians were telling stories about Jesus as they were trying to convert other people and trying to educate Christians, and these stories were in circulation year after year after year until these gospel writers, these anonymous individuals, heard the stories and then wrote them down. It may be that a couple of the Gospels actually had more than one author. For example, the Gospel of John, there are passages that don't look like they come from the same pen as the rest of the Gospel, and so there may be multiple authors in a couple of cases.
Listen.
We're going to ask him
Look at him.
We're going to wash and hush, okay?
Let's get to washing
Yeah,
up.
okay. All right, go
You
ahead.
ready?
Yes, I'm ready,
You
okay?
guys ready?
I like your setups, man. I love your setups.
You like it?
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring the
love your
Quran.
setup.
I'm going to get the Qurans, and I'm going to prove it. I don't have it. I already ordered it.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Okay, here.
Okay, now, can I see it?
Yeah, sure, let me through.
Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys something.
I'm going to bring the Quran. I know he's going to tell me that, okay?
Back up,
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
back
I'm going to bring the Quran. So, don't
Now,
worry.
what's funny is I want to show you guys this.
Okay.
Now, this is the differences, right? What letter is this?
You tell me. No, don't worry about this.
No,
one.
hey, back up.
I'm going to show you one
Back
step.
up. You asked me to speak, let me speak.
No. Oh, you
when you
tell-
asked me to
okay.
speak, let me speak.
You took me
When
from
you
my
asked
question,
me for my
I want to ask
answer,
you a question.
what's
You
your
don't-
question?
Please give me that here.
No, let me
see?
show them.
See?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Now I'm going to be quiet and let him speak and ask the question.
Sure. Okay. Look, that's why I don't want to bring you this one. I'm going to bring you Quran.
You're
so you can
scared.
be- No, I'm not scared.
Don't bring it. Bring the
You think
Quran
I'm
then.
scared, so I'm here.
Bring the Quran.
No. You think?
Okay, bring the.
إذا أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والتعليق، ولكي يصلك كل جديد اشترك الآن.